this is Chaos with Chaos Esports Productions, bringing you another Bronze to Masters League Series game for Protoss. Today we're going to be looking at a PvZ here on King Zhejiang Station. And today we're going to be looking at something that I have, honestly, I don't think I've ever seen this. Very creative build. It kind of turned into this really long, drawn-out game. I'll probably skip through the majority of the mid-section of it just because it's kind of... oh my gosh, like, what the heck is going on? Let me double check, make sure everything is good with the sound. There we go. All should be well with that. Actually, let's turn this up just a little bit. There we go. Yeah. So, we are on King Zhejiang, and we are playing a PvZ. Now, it's been a while since we've played Protoss. I gotta say, when I walked into this game, as you probably already saw with the nice little intro, I started it just before we got into game because I wanted to point out that my opponent is indeed silver, and I'm sitting here like, wait a second. He's playing a platinum player as a silver player. Interesting. So, a little bit concerned overall to begin with, just because... and you never know what you'll find whenever you're playing like someone who's really low behind you. It usually means that your opponent has been leveling very, very rapidly and either just hasn't played in a while or is just been super cheesy. So we are going to be opening up with our typical gateway build. Now, the only, as we've already seen with the production tab, our opponent is most definitely cheesing on us, as he's got 6 lanes on the way, did go for that 6 pool, and I gotta say, so my probe's coming out here, we're gonna scout the Overlord, pretty typical timing, and basically we're going to see that, hey, he's pulled all of his drones, and he doesn't have any supplies, so he can't like build drones and start to mine behind this. He did take out my probe as he was traveling straight across. Now, I'm sitting here like, well, crap. He's sending units. I need to get a forge up or something. I'm sitting here thinking about it. I'm like, yeah, I kind of need the Zealot first. Zealot is a little bit more important. And I'm like, okay, we're gonna try wall off the front and see if we can get everything walled off in time. Unfortunately, I don't have enough minerals to let that happen. He is going to completely bypass these pylons, which will come out a little bit earlier, and our Zealot is just now finishing. So when you're in this situation, now I do want to preface, obviously supply is definitely in my favor. I've got a lot more probes than he does, and with this many probes we can actually win against this. The appropriate technique to deal with this, obviously he's going to try and focus down the Zealot as quickly as possible, because that is going to deal the most damage, as it does 8 damage per hit as opposed to the 5. Zerglings do 5 as well, so they do just as much, but they have a little bit faster attack speed, as this, yeah, about double the attack speed, so do twice as much damage effectively over time. So basically, our goal is to get a full surround on as many units as possible. So we're going to be forcing all of our probes over here. Unfortunately, my Zealot didn't get a whole lot of damage done. Going to try and get in here and get some damage done, and we realize that he's got the concave, so we want to back out. And then we want to try and focus, like I said, getting that surround. So we use our mineral clicks to get as much surrounded as possible, get our Zealot here into the fray. We're trading okay. We're a little bit behind. Obviously, he's still got a couple of lings, but we do manage to just barely get out of this with 1 probe. Now, granted, he has to rebuild as well. He's completely gone. But basically, yeah, I mean, at this point, it's like I have one of 2 options. I can either go straight across the field and hope that he doesn't have any units, because, you know, I'm sitting here like, okay, I'm pretty sure he pulled everything. Pretty sure. You know, as far as obviously he's gonna mine just as fast as I am. I do have chrono boosts on my side, which is definitely nice. But you know, we definitely have to be a little worried about what's going on now. He is gonna actually go ahead and see that I'm chrono boosting out probes as much as possible, and actually he actually doesn't choose to drone behind this. He actually just chooses to make a handful of lings. So he is actually risking his investment of these 2 drones on building more units, which is kind of interesting. I guess I didn't realize that before. So going to be focusing on chrono boosting out our probes because probes are pretty awesome, and he is just going to continue on getting out units. Now we'll go ahead and speed up. Now honestly, I haven't seen this type of cheese before. I've seen a lot of 6 pools in my day, and quite honestly, if your 6 pool does enough damage just with the lings alone, you're actually a-okay to, continue on journeying behind it and, play out kind of a normal game. But in this situation, since everything died, he's got to do more damage. So we're going to get some nice hits off on these slings. We're going to pull our probes again, basically just try and get a full surround in. With no damage done, we've effectively won this game. I mean, there's really nothing that he can do. I'm sitting here like, well, I need to go scout and figure out how many drones he does have and whether or not I should go ahead and continue on probing and start to focus on getting my tech up as I do go ahead and throw down my cybernetics core. Now, if you're ever in this situation, you've got to ask yourself, okay, what is the worst thing my opponent can do? We're obviously going to get in here and get an idea of what's going on, get a decent enough scout on, going for the gas, which is kind of interesting. But he's forced to get drones. So the worst thing that he can do is maybe he chooses not to get drones. Well, that means that he has to focus on getting out units. And at this point, with that low of tech, we are very, very safe to go ahead, get our Stargate up, and start to get Void Rays. Because Void Rays, obviously, they can attack air units or ground units, and Lings can only attack ground units. So, pretty straightforward stuff. Going to be focusing on getting our double assimilator because we need the gas income to get out our Void Rays. So everything is looking a-okay. Everything is good. Obviously, he got his queen out finally and is going to be pulling up some Lings and try to go for one last desperation attack to try and get rid of this. So very, very interesting game. Now the mothership core honestly should have probably gotten a little bit earlier. Obviously I'm sitting here like, well, might as well go ahead and move out and see if we can focus on really getting something done. Now he's building spore crawlers and his metabolic boost is finishing up here, and thankfully our Void Ray actually scouts it. Without that getting scouted, I would not have reacted in time. I was actually sending this probe out to go and... Oh, there it is. Bam. So getting the pylon down as quickly as possible. And since we've got enough mineral resources, we're pretty a-okay to go ahead and finish another wall, another layer to this wall. And basically, there's not a whole lot he can do about it. Being fully walled off at the front, he's got to kill these units in time, and now with the zealots coming back, everything is good to go. I mean, supply pretty much tells the tale. GG is called, and that is going to be this game. Now, very, very creative cheese. I honestly have, like I said, I haven't seen a 6 pool with all of the drones pulled in a very, very long time. It's been, gosh, Wings of Liberty. So very creative on his part. I haven't seen it in a long time, and I give him credit where credit is due. Granted, wasn't able to quite get it all the damage he needed done, just because we know that mineral clicking is very, very awesome, and we can get that full surround that we need. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it very helpful. I know cheese tends to be something that you see a lot in the lower leagues just because people like to troll, and that's kind of how people roll sometimes. But I hope this was helpful and gave you some practical things that you can take away, understanding the mineral click concept, and then obviously by continuing to probe even through the aggression, you're still able to come out ahead. Because obviously every unit you have is an extra unit that can do damage. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Feel free if you've got any questions or comments that you'd like to make about any cheeses that you've been experiencing. I might be able to hit on those in the next video. So leave those comments down in the comment section below. Also, if you'd like me to take a look at one of your replays, there's an email address in the description, excuse me. Feel free to send your replays to replays.sc2.chaos@gmail.com. I'd be more than happy to take a look at your replays, give you some decent analysis, let you know kind of how you're doing, give you some perspective on things you might want to think about working on and things like that. I'd be more than happy to do that for you. Also, if you are new to the channel, welcome. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like I said, I hope this gave you some good perspective on some easy things that you can do to help mitigate the risk that you have against cheese. And I hope you found it helpful. Feel free, if you haven't already, check out some of my other content on my YouTube channel. Tons of content there for Protoss and Zerg players. Definitely here to help you guys in your laddering. So yeah, also if you would like to get notifications on when I release videos, I usually do it on Tuesday and Thursday, but feel free to go ahead and hit that subscriber button down in the lower left-hand corner. It's greatly appreciated. I think that is all I have. For those of you who did join me last night for my stream session, I was streaming my series promotion for League of Legends. Went really, really well, about 3.5-hour streams. Handful of people showed up. I think I capped out at around 10 people. So thank you for those who did tune in. I am planning on streaming a little bit more. I haven't quite hammered out the schedule, but with this being the last week that I have to write a ridiculous paper for my master's program, I am going to try and start streaming a little bit more. So definitely feel free to follow my Twitch account. That info is in the description, and I think that's all I've got to say. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next game.